high, what's up? Bitch, I'm blowing up. I'm so high right now. I don't know the much. I get my bag, I'm gone. I be too geek. There was no one more. Just trying to talk to me. BB Simmons on my waist, I've been shining. She ain't never heard of me, but now she hit my line. And please don't hit my phone telling me it's perfect timing. I've been on that 4 years, shorty, I've been grinding. Yo, what's up guys, it's me, Shadow, and today we're back for another tutorial video. This week we're going to be covering how to make a koi type beat. Before we get into the video, I just want to say guys, can we try to get 50 to 75 likes this week? And if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. I post these videos either every week or every other week, to the best of my ability. I try to put them out every week. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but yeah guys, mostly these videos drop Saturdays at 6 p.m. So yeah, if you're just finding my channel and you really like the content, this is a regular thing that I do around here, so hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos. And yeah guys, let's get right into the tutorial. Alright, so first we're going to set the BPM. For this beat I made it 140. Koi has a pretty large range of BPMs that he uses. Sometimes they're like in the low hundreds, sometimes they're in like the 150s to 60s, even more sometimes. But for this beat, I did 140. I thought that was a good mid-range. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the sound selection. Alright guys, now that we have the channel rack open, we're going to go over every sound that I used for this beat. Alright, so starting off we have the Ronny hi-hat 2. Then we have 2 claps. We have the generic clap and the crispy clap. Then I have Purity. I know this is a paid plugin, but you can get this sound in other places, but this is the sound that I used. This sound right here. Sounding very nice. Then I have this sound in what the fuck? What plugin is this? What the fuck am I? Citrus. Okay. I have this plugin in Citrus called Double. This is what Double sounds like. Okay, the next sound I used was the Hardest Spins 808. Keep in mind that's what it sounds like after I put the effects on it. Then I have the Molly kick. Then I have this Phi snare. And lastly, this generic open hat 2. Before we get into the breakdown, I just want to say that all of these sounds are from the Gucci kit besides the melodies and stuff, obviously. You know, if you keep it with my videos, you'd realize by now, like, I'm a really strong fan of the Gucci kit. It's my baby. It's like one of the first kits I ever got, and still to this day, one of my favorite kits ever. I think it's just the perfect, like, well-rounded kit for any style of beat that you want to make. Gucci kit, link in description. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the actual breakdown. Alright, so I'm going to start with these chords that I laid out. I wish I knew music theory to tell you what these chords actually are, but I don't. I kind of just loaded up Citrus and played it on my keyboard. If you don't know how to play things on your keyboard, just click this little button right up here, and then you can do this shit. Nice. Yeah, I was kind of just messing around on my keyboard and made something that I liked, and then I laid it out, but I'm just going to play this real quick, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Alright, so guys, that's the chords that I laid out. They're super airy, almost like, I don't know, it reminds me of water when I sound like it. What the fuck did I just say, dude? It reminds me of water when I listen to it. Even that sounds fucking stupid, but yeah, just like an airy sort of like open chord progression is really good for koi type beats. As you can see, this is a really like not complex chord progression at all. It's pretty much 2 chords with notes right before they change. But yeah guys, now we're gonna move on to the melody that goes over the chords. Alright guys, this was a fucking bitch to make this melody. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I think I spent like over an hour making this beat, which I don't know about you guys, but for me that's kind of long. And most of it was literally just spent on this. So I'm gonna play it before I say anything because fuck this melody for taking so long. But yeah, I'm just gonna play it real quick. Alright guys, so this is the sound that I got from Purity. I did actually pay for my Purity, but I mean you can just like crack it probably somewhere, you know, or like ask a producer homie who probably has a crack. There's cracks everywhere. Don't tell anyone I told you that though. And yeah, I just kind of went for that like sliding lead synth noise. And my fucking god, I wish I could give you guys advice on this melody, my best advice would be, again, with the chords, just turn on this little thing so you can play the notes with your keyboard and just fuck around until you make something that you think sounds good, because I can assure you, I don't even know how I did this myself. I just kind of played with it until it sounded good, and that shit just took me so long. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave this here so I don't make myself sound any dumber. Alright, that covers the melody and the chords that I use for this beat. Now we're gonna get into the drums. Alright guys, starting off with the hi-hats. As you can see, it's just a simple two-step hi-hat, but what I did is at the very beginning, I added this long note, and I just highlighted it and then clicked Alt-U and chopped it up into that, and then I added these rolls throughout the pattern. What the fuck am I saying, dude? I added these rolls throughout the pattern that are basically just nothing complicated at all. I just basically fit them in as much. What the fuck? I basically just did this, you know, I just added them on every line when I zoomed in, and yeah, I'm probably making myself sound really stupid right now, but you know what, that's okay. I'm gonna play the pattern and you guys can hear what it sounds like. My best advice for this is to just add rolls. Honestly, just add these things right here. There's just add a bunch of rolls throughout your pattern until it sounds good. That's usually what I do. At first, I used to be really bad at hi-hats. Now, personally, I feel like I'm kind of good with them. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I didn't alter the velocities. I didn't do any of that. Just a bunch of rolls. That's all I did for this. Alright, moving on to the clap. Literally the easiest part of the beat. I'm just going to play this for you because there's literally no explaining that I have to do. The clap just hits where the clap hits every time. Yeah, here you go. Alright guys, then there's another layer of claps that's literally the exact same thing. Again, I don't have to explain this. I'm not even gonna play it. It's just the same clap, but a different sound. I didn't mean to do that. Alright, moving on from the clap, now I have the snare noise. I added a hat in here too, but I'm just gonna play the hat and the snare at the same time because I fucking apparently didn't split the channels. But yeah, I'm just gonna play this out for you guys and then talk you through it. Alright guys, so basically what I did for this was just add that typical snare pattern, you know, when it's like, oh. I don't know if that made it any easier for you guys. It probably didn't, but I just added that noise and then I added a little bit of rolls. I'm sorry that I'm like not being very explanatory in this tutorial, but I'm just sort of having trouble putting into words what I'm trying to say. But just sort of take inspiration from me. Pretty much this pattern is just a typical snare pattern with, you know, a couple rolls in between. Alright guys, now we're gonna move on to the 808. Keep in mind this is the 808 with effects on it, but it's just the hardest spins 808 from the Gucci kit. And what I did is I followed the bass note, or the root note as they call it, but it's basically the root note is the lowest note of your chord progression. I just did that and made this 808 pattern that sounds like this. You just sort of want to have fun with this. There's really no formula for 808s, especially with Koi's discography. Wow, that was a big word. Especially with Koi's collection of music, there's really no pattern to anything, so it's really hard to pin down what he does exactly. But my advice would be make a melody first and then make your 808s to the melody, because that will sort of get you a better idea of what you want to do with where your 808s hit and what notes they're going to hit on. And with that being said, we're going to move on to the kick. Alright guys, now that we have the kick, this is going to be probably the easiest part of the beat. If you make your 808 first, literally copy and paste your 808, move it all to a C note, which I can see right now it's not a C note. Good job, Shadow. But yeah, just copy and paste your 808 and make the kick hit wherever the 808 hits. That's it. I'll play you like half of the pattern because you don't even need to hear the whole thing. But yeah, this is what it sounds like. Yeah, that's it. Really not that complicated. And that's actually going to do it for all of the drums and the melodies, guys. Now we're going to get into the structuring. Alright guys, now that we're onto the structuring of the beat, this might look a little complicated, but I promise you it's not. So here's how I started this off. So basically, I made everything 16 bars. The intro is 16 bars, the hook is 16 bars, the first verse is 16 bars, the second verse is 16 bars. For the intro, I played the chords which play throughout the whole beat, and then the melody that plays throughout the whole beat. But for the melody, I just got a volume automation clip and made it like sort of gain up, but right before the drop. Then I brought the hi-hats in for the last 8 bars and dropped them out for this little like you know, where my tag can go, and it's like, oh, Shadow, what the fuck, and then the beat drops. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. The hook is just all of the sounds together, except I just cut out, oops, my bad, I just cut out the claps for like the second half for just a little bit, and then I do the same thing for the hook again. And for the verses are the same, but basically I cut everything out besides all of the melodies and then the kick and the 808, and then I bring the hi-hats in and I bring the snare in as it progresses, to just sort of make the verse flow and like build up right before the hook drops again. And for the outro, all I did was get a master automation clip for volume and sort of bring it down as the beat goes out, and just slowly take out the drums as the beat is going out, so that it will just like more smoothly, I don't know if that's correct, more smoothly flow when the beat ends. Now we're gonna go into what effects I put in the master channel. Alright guys, starting off with the master channel, fruity soft clipper, take off the limiter, that's it. Alright, so for the main chords, I put a fruity reverb and a fruity delay on. For the reverb, I literally just left it normal, and then for the delay I put it on this time setting and turn the knob down almost all the way. For the hats, I didn't put any effects on it. For the clap, I put nothing on it. I really didn't do too much for the drums besides the 808, which I did quite a lot on. So I'm gonna run you guys through what I did. Basically, I'll play you the 808 without the effects on it real quick, and then I'll play you with the effects on it. So that's what it sounds like without effects, and then this is what it sounds like with effects. And the reason I put all this distortion on is to really make it shine through the clean melodies, and to like boost its like actual, just like, you know, like how loud it is. So yeah, I put this fruity fast distortion on regular settings and just turn the knob down. Then I put a sound goodizer on A. Then I put a fruity fast distortion on with the heat preset. Didn't change anything in here, just turn the knob down. Then I opened Destructor and I used a lo-fi preset, and I basically just turned the knobs to look like this. And then I put a soft clipper on it, that's for the kick. But yeah, those are the effects that I put on my 808. Now we're gonna move on to the purity melody, where I put a, I think this is called Some Oomph. Yeah, there you go. It's called Some Oomph. Didn't change anything about it. And I had this sound goodizer that I guess I didn't use. Yeah, as for the kick, I put a fruity soft clipper on it, and then I side chained it to the Spins 808 by selecting the kick channel and then just clicking this little button down here on the 808 channel. Boom, there you go, done. Alright guys, that's actually gonna wrap it up for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something from it and took inspiration. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, don't. Remember, hit the subscribe button if you like these videos. I try to post these every week or every other week, Saturday at 6 p.m. And yeah, that's it guys. Have a good day or night. Peace.